kid, when I was all your age, we used to go out and just like all the boys did, you go out and have a good time, you go to work, you never cared, you thought you was Superman, you know. I started off like just the average guy drinking and started smoking a little weed. I don't want to give the devil no glory here. I'm just telling you what happened to me. So I started off smoking the hoobastank, whatever you want to call it nowadays. Anyhow, and what happened was it sounds providery, but that kind of like it had a psychological effect on me where my mom and dad always said, drinking's bad, smoking drugs is bad, you don't understand. Well, I drank a little bit, I smoked a little bit. There's nothing bad about it, I didn't think. I was like, but they're rads, you know? And in my mind, psychologically, that planted a seed saying that, well, if they're not bad, the other stuff ain't bad either. So you start off with a few beers, start off smoking a little of the gank, start off with the small stuff. Honestly, I joke, but it's a bad deal. Anyhow, then you go on a little further. Okay, well, let me try this. Let me try that. Let me try this. Next thing you know, you're in a rehab. You're sitting in a hospital, overdosed, and I can't leave the girls out of it from what I hear nowadays. In my day, you never heard that, but girls, listen closely too. It's very important to, if something is going on, I don't care if they're your friend, family or not, tell on them. You don't understand of how bad it is. I got so hooked on them, I spent every quarter I had. I had a good bit of money saved, had a good business down at the beach. I lost my business. I'm ashamed to say it, but I lost my business because of it. I lost my family. I lost pretty much everything I had. And it all started by just a little drink. Hey, we're going to go out on a weekend, have a good time. Next thing you know, I was full-on hooked, hardcore drug addict. I'm not going to tell you all the drugs that I took because I'm embarrassed of what I did and what I seen and what I went through. But I want you to know, it's not a joke, and I said it the last time I gave my testimony. It's not cute, and it's not a joke. You hear the stories of your old, like my days, I was raised around it. All my family was down at the beach. There was no women there. Drank, smoked, done whatever they wanted. And in my eyes, I looked up to it, and I always heard the boys always say, oh, man, we was doing this, and we were deranged. That was always the first thing that went in there. And in my eyes, I always looked up to that. I thought it was like, Uncle Henry was a drinker and he was bad and all that. But it's not. It's a joner. You don't realize what it can do to you. And it all starts with such a little thing. The K2 and the weed and the drinks. Not saying that, people's probably doing other stuff. I don't even know what it is now. But it goes into stuff where you don't want to take it. And everybody says that, and no one listens to it. It starts off with the small things, and it leads into the big things. It does take you places you never thought you'd go, you never wanted to go. I ended up, after everything that happened to me, I went to jail, I went to rehab. It's Lagedon, but I went to all kinds of different rehabs and treatments. I couldn't get off of it. And it took such a hold of my life that I didn't think I could live no more. I tried to kill myself. I wanted to do all kinds of horrible things, and I'm only telling you this to help you. I'm not trying to scare you. Well, I guess I am trying to scare you a little bit. You don't want to just don't try it. Don't go into it. It can take a hold of you quicker than you'll notice it. One other thing, I'm sorry, I'm taking a long time. One other thing, too. When I first started taking pills, when pills come to this town, everybody knows, it went rampant through here. Everybody in the town was hooked on them. I don't know everybody's names or that, but a lot of us was all hooked. When they first gave them to me, they said, I remember like it was yesterday, they said, these are Barry. Your mom don't know. Nobody can see it in your eyes. Your eyes don't get feeked. You don't even know it. No one can tell. There's no way they could test it. Back then, they didn't even have P tests for it. because they didn't know it was heroin. Our moms didn't know that them pills was heroin. That's what they are. So there's no testing it. No one knows you're feeked. Nothing happens to you. You're just deranged. We said, great. It's the greatest thing on earth. We all took them not knowing what we was taking. And I hate to say it, but that K2 is the same way. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. It doesn't seem like, it's just a little bit of smoke. It ain't going to kill you. We thought the same thing about the pills. And half of the town is literally been affected by it or had to go to some kind of treatment, whether you know it or not. There's been boys that I've helped, thank God, not me, but I've helped some people. And it took a hold of a lot of people, and I hate to say it, but that K2 and all that, I think, is the new pill. You don't realize the side effects now of what it can do to you and the long-term effects of how it affects your body. I've done all kinds of classes and treatment on it. What it does to your brain cells, it sounds rad, but it affects your brain cells to where you have to have it. Eventually you have to have it. Your body cannot function without it. I know I'm rambling on, but I want you guys to understand, I've been there, I've done that. It's not cool, it should not be glorified. If you know somebody who does it, man, woman, or child, tell on them. If you have any inclination of a feeling for somebody, you would tell. You wouldn't keep it to yourself. You would tell. And don't even think twice of coming to me privately. I've done it for all kinds of people. I'm not trying to make myself sound good. If you know someone has a problem, or you yourself have a problem, and you need help, my phone is always on. I would be happy to help you guys. You're young. I don't want to see you guys make the mistakes that me and my friends made, and we're still trying to recover from it. In all honesty, please, just try to get some help or talk to me or my cousins or somebody. I've been there. I can help. Honestly, don't worry about it. We can get you through it.